I'm going to show how I replaced my fresh water circulation pump in my M2-12 diesel. This is not to be confused with the raw water pump that has a rubber impeller. This is a pulley holder that I found at O'Reilly's. It allows you to hold the pump pulley still so you can unbolt these bolts. Next, I loosen the alternator. The thing I'm taking off is called the pump pulley. Next, I'll loosen the hose clamps and remove the old hoses. I'm not going to use the old hoses, so I'm just cutting them off. By the way, I'm catching that antifreeze in a tray and not letting it go in the water. Here's the reason I'm making this video. The bearings are shot and it's leaking. I'm cleaning away the old stains so if the pump leaks again in the future, I can easily see it. The engine is a Kubota block Z430. It's cast iron, but I'm going to go easy on these gasket surfaces. I found this molded hose at Napa. Here's the details of the pump that I bought. Here's the new pump. Looks good. And this is the old one. Check out the rust on the old pump. The gasket is included with the pump. I decided to use gasket sealant. And I'll place it on the pump side of the gasket. Make sure you read the directions on the sealant because you let it sit a while before you fully crank it down. I found this smaller molded hose at O'Reilly's. I got a new V-belt at O'Reilly's because the old one had a bunch of cracks in it. Now I'll reinstall the pump pulley. This was loose on the old pump because of the bad bearings. And I'll use the pulley holder to tighten the alternator. The manual says the belt should deflect 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Then, instead of bleeding my cooling system, which you need to do after replacing a pump, I decided to change antifreeze from the green to pink because I read that the pink antifreeze I used is Pentafrost SF, does not contain silicates, and it helps prevent rust better than the more traditional green. They're both ethylene glycol, but the pink has better additives and no silicates to avoid silicate fallout. I flushed the cooling system very well to get rid of all the green before adding the pink, and finally I bled the air out of the cooling system.